Good morning. Welcome to part one of my dollhouse interior. So we're starting with a little photo montage so you can see where it kind of started, the work I did on the outside a long time ago, and let's get started. Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Lotus Blossom Dolls here, and today we're going to be working on the interior of the dollhouse. So for this project, I actually just finished vacuuming out the inside. I've already gone through and sanded the house down. I have not fully... I did do some leveling. I didn't fully level it. I have a bunch of wallpaper and trim and other things I plan on adding to the house, and I'm also not worried about it being perfect. So the first step that I'm going to do today is I'm going to get a base coat of green painted on the inside of the house. So I bought two little jars of green paint. I bought this one and this one, which look kind of similar. So we're going to get a whole layer of this painted down in the house, and then we're going to decide what trim we want to add and what sort of other colors, but I want to do the ceilings this color as well. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to time lapse it so that you don't have to sit here for hours while I'm painting, but let's get started. Alright, progress update. So I got the first coat on everything on the first floor, or not first floor, sorry, on the inside. And something I was kind of worried about happening definitely did start happening. So whoever owned this house before me had tried to start doing renovations on it and had not completed them, and when I bought this house it was in rough shape. I'm probably gonna have a photo montage at the beginning of this video, so I'm sure you'll have seen what it looked like when I got it, but they used some sort of high gloss enamel on the inside, and this is like a very nice like home paint from the hardware store, and it shouldn't have any problem covering this, especially because I gave everything a light sanding. But as you probably noticed during the time lapse, that some of it's starting to separate a little bit. And I think that's because of the nature of the kind of paint that was on the bottom, and I probably should have fully sanded it all the way off. I'm not too pressed about it because I am just using this as a base coat so that if I have wallpaper up or if I have flooring down, that if you see a little bit of color poking through, it's not white, it's like a dark color. And since I'm planning on putting green wallpaper and ideally a darker flooring in this house, I wasn't really worried about it. But I am going to do at least one more coat of this paint, and I am going to touch up on the inside of the windows. I didn't fully paint the back of the doors or the windows when I painted the outside, and I didn't paint the inside of the windows on the inside of the house at all. So that's why I wasn't worried about getting the green on those, because like there's still raw wood showing on those windows. They're all gonna have to get repainted on the inside anyway and be like detail cleaned up. But it's not too bad for one coat of paint. I definitely underestimated the amount of paint I'm gonna need for this. I definitely used up at least half of that container, so I should hopefully have enough to do one more full coat of this color. I do have another color of the same brand of paint in a slightly darker color, so if this isn't enough coverage, I can do a room or two in a different color, but I'm hoping it's enough to cover at least a base level of everything. So I'm gonna let this fully dry, and then I will do a second coat, and we'll time lapse that as well. Hello, welcome back. So it's been a couple hours, and I did a second coat of paint inside the dollhouse. It's looking a lot better. It's a lot more solid than it was on the first coat. I didn't film it because I lost the lighting because it's like nighttime now and it's dark in here, so the footage wouldn't have been very good. So I just did a quick second coat. But yeah, I'm really happy with the color, how it's looking. And the next step is going to be to wallpaper once it's dry. I'm going to show you the wallpaper that I have for the house. So I bought a lot of wallpaper from a local shop before they went out of business. So I have 2 sheets of this paper, or sorry, no, I've got more. 3 sheets of this paper. It's like a very light green gray. It looks more gray on camera than it looks in person. And I bought some of this paper. I've got 3 sheets of this as well. This has little yellow fleur-de-lis on it. Very pretty. And then this is my favorite paper, but this wasn't enough to cover the whole house. So I have 3 sheets of this paper as well. So a pattern that's like almost difficult to look at. It's so small. But yeah, I was gonna wallpaper the walls. I have a ton of leftover trim that I bought before they closed. So we can do like the windows and the edging on the walls and the door frames. I also need to go find, I don't know where I'm gonna find it now, but I need to go find a door for the upstairs, I think, for the back. Ignore the drop cloths so I didn't get paint on my carpet. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm quite happy with the color and the opacity. So I will come back another day and we will probably start the wallpaper process. Now that you've seen the wallpaper that I have, I wanted to show you my inspiration photo montage of kind of the vibes I was going for the house. I'm also heavily inspired by The Shining's bathroom, but this last picture is definitely my favorite and like the vibe overall we're kind of going for. So with that, let's keep going. Alright, welcome back. So it's now, sorry, pardon, I'm still kind of sick. It's now day 2 of working on this. And I'm gonna do a coat of white, or off-white I guess, on the inside of the house to make this all even and to fix the inside of the windows on the inside of the house that I never painted white. So I'm gonna time lapse that so you're not sitting here forever, and let's get started. Alright, so I got one coat of the like windows and doors done. I did just the inside of these windows. I haven't decided yet if I want to do the full white like I did on the front panel because it's going to be really difficult to do that on the inside since I can't pop the windows out. They're attached to the walls. And I don't know how much I hate myself, so I'm not super concerned about it at the moment, but I'm gonna start measuring out the wallpaper. So I grabbed a measuring tape, and I do have to remember that there's already some siding like built into the house a little bit for structure, so I have to work around that. And so I'm gonna measure, I grabbed a tape measure for this. I'm gonna measure from one wall to the other to cut the back panel since I figured that would be the easiest one to do. And it's right at 17 inches by just a little bit shy of 8. almost exactly 7.5 on the inside. So 17 by 7.5. So I'm gonna cut that out of my piece of wallpaper and lay it in there and see how it looks and see what changes need to be made. So I will be right back. All right, we got that trimmed down. It fits pretty perfect in there now. It's not glued down, it's just sitting in there. So now I'm gonna see if it is the same size as the floor above, because if it is, I will use this as a base to measure the pieces that are gonna go on the top 2 rooms so that I don't have to do all those measurements again, and I will use this as a template for the other rooms. And it fits beautifully, so that's good. We're gonna use this as a template then for the other 2 pieces, and we will get those cut out while this piece is not glued in yet. All right, so a little progress. I just spent a hot minute cutting out the inside pieces of wallpaper, and in that process I decided that I do want to paint the windows white, I think. And I also need to finish painting this the right shade of white, because the house was painted white by somebody before me, but I'm painting it like an off-white with a yellow undertone. So I think I'm gonna I haven't glued any paper down, it's just like sitting in here. So I'm gonna take all the paper out and do the white like I did to this front panel on the windows, touch up this edging, and maybe touch up the windows because I just noticed a couple spots that I missed. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update on how that's going. I am gonna put wallpaper on this door, I think. I don't know, I'm not 100% sold, but I think I'm going to. But I don't have enough of this paper to cut one solid piece out, so I'm gonna have to like piece it together with scraps, which I definitely should have enough scraps to do that, so I definitely think I can do it. It's just gonna take some creative engineering because I have to make sure all of the pattern lines up correctly. But yeah. So I'm gonna take a moment and paint the windows white, and I'll be back. Alright, in an attempt to save myself some time later, I did overpaint the inside windows a little bit so that when I put the wallpaper in, hopefully you only see the white. It's okay if you see a little green, but my goal is that you mostly just see the white. I'm quite happy with how this is coming along. I really like what the edging did to this. I feel like it looks a lot more polished now. So I'm gonna let this dry for maybe 2 hours, and then I'm gonna come back and start working on the wallpaper some more. I need to look through my trim and see if I have any that's like really small. Oh, this might work. Because I'd like to put some edging along the wallpaper on the inside of the corners of the walls, but I don't know if I have any that's small enough to do what kind of I'm imagining. This may not work. This is probably just not enough trim. Okay, I'm gonna experiment with this a little bit, and I will catch up with you in a couple hours once the paint's dry. Alright, welcome back. So this is going to be the end of where this video is. So I have now cut out all the different pieces of wallpaper. They are not glued in, they are just balancing. The door I have some painter's tape sticking it on just so I can see what it would kind of look like without any trim. But I'm like jazzed about how cute this is turning out so far. I had to make an order for some more dollhouse parts, so I got a door for this spot that matches these doors where it like opens. It's 2 panels that open like these do. I ordered some door handles for the inside of the doors for the main doors because I already know what I kind of want those to look like. I ordered some wallpaper paste because apparently I'd forgotten to order that, which is why I made this order in the first place. So we're not going to be gluing this down right now. I'm going to wait for the wallpaper paste to come in. And I have some flooring for this, but I actually found something I like way better, so I ordered that as well. It's sort of a light yellowy brown, beautifully detailed patterned texture floor paper. So we're gonna stick that in here as well. I did sort through all of my trim, so we'll experiment with that after we get the wallpaper put in. But I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out so far, and I just wanted to show y'all how cute this looks. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you're excited to see the next part. And with that, that's all we've got today. Bye, YouTube. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future updates.